Hey folks, Ken McArthur, best-selling author of Impact, How to Get Noticed, Motivate Millions, and Make a Difference in a Noisy World. And my new book, The Impact Factor, How Small Actions Change the World. That was a fun experience. Seth Godin was kind enough to do the prequel for that book. I was really happy about that. And I talk about how small things, the little things in life, really do make a huge difference. We're going to make some difference in some people's lives coming up over the next couple of months. I couldn't be more excited about the Impact Action Team, the Impact Project that we're working on to reach 50 million people and to help get solutions out for the tragedy of human trafficking, which is all around us. So that's a big part of a live case study we're doing to teach people how to reach mass audiences and how to get their ideas, products, and services out there to millions and millions of people. Got some great teachers that are going to help out along the way, and I'm really excited about everything that's going on. There are ways for you to participate. No matter where you are, what you can do, how much or how little time you have. There are lots of ways to get involved in everything that's going on with the Impact Project, the Impact Action Team, and the big Impact event in Los Angeles, California, coming up on the 15th through the 17th. And there's lots of ways for you to get involved with JV Alert Live too. JV Alert Live events. The next one is coming up very soon in San Diego, California. That's on February the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And I would love to have you attend that. You can find out information about that at jvalertlive.com. But that's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is really building a mass audience and all the exciting things that we're going to do around that. It's an exciting time, and I think that we're going to have a lot of fun. So I want to get you a concept of what we're talking about when we're talking about 50 million people. People don't typically relate to that number. We don't think about building audiences of 50 million people, even though in the last Impact Project we actually got out to 30 million people. I thought we'd up the game a little bit, see if we couldn't get out to 50 million people this time. But last time we got out to over 30 million people over a 30-day period of time. A simple message of hope. And I see that Jeremiah is on the call. He was the centerpiece of the project that we took on to help people who are at risk for teen suicide. Maybe we'll open up the call here in a little bit and get some input from Jeremiah and his experience with trying to go out and reach a bunch of people with a message of hope. We're going to do it again. We're hoping to do it in a much bigger way this time, so I'm really excited about that. So 50 million people is actually a lot of people. This is a representation of the Rose Bowl in a packed house. I used to live out there not too far from the Rose Bowl, and on a packed game night, there are 92,542 people that cram into that stadium. You can believe that on a Rose Bowl game, and that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. If you just look out across that picture and think about it, that's a lot of people to touch. Just imagine if you could influence and touch and impact that kind of number of people. But you would have to fill the Rose Bowl stadium 540 times to reach that 50 million figure. So think about that, 540 times you'd have to fill up the Rose Bowl Stadium to reach 50 million people. And that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and teach you to build an audience of 50 million people. Now, a lot of you are sitting out there and you're thinking, I don't really need 50 million people. I need 12 coaching clients, or I need 100 people in my program, or I need 1,000 people to guarantee that I'm going to have a solid living from my activities. But think about what it would mean if, for instance, you were to land yourself on a top television program or something like that. And people were talking about what you were doing. So people used to, in the good old days, talk about getting on Oprah, when Oprah had a huge audience, and she could build a career in an instant. I'd love to be able to teach you how to build an audience equal to the size that you want to create in maybe not an instant, but with some really thought out planning and some work. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to teach you and bring in all of the experts that I know that can help you to do that. But also I am going to help you by actually helping you do this yourself. So we learn so much better by doing. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Than we do by listening to somebody like me on a webcast or by watching a video. We learn so much better when we actually do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually help you through the process as we build an audience of 50 million people. So we'll actually do it. It's not such a big dream. I spent some time just recently with Jack Canfield here in Philadelphia, and he's certainly impacted millions of people. Oprah has impacted millions of people. Tony Robbins has impacted millions of people. You can too if you think big enough. So think big. Do you think big? If not, why not? And usually the answer is because I'm afraid. I'm terrified of thinking big because people could laugh at you. People could make fun of you. Well, people can make fun of me too for dreaming big and thinking about 50 million people and impacting 50 million people. But we do it one at a time. We do it one step at a time. And together, we can do so much more than we can apart. And I also want to encourage you to think small a little bit. This is a person who thought small. She's a pretty small girl. She didn't live a long time. Her name is Alexandra Scott. And if any of you have heard of Alex's Lemonade Stand, she was the young girl who founded Alex's Lemonade Stand. Actually, millions of dollars have been created just because she wanted to go out and do something small. So think small too. This is the original Impact Action team. We met in Philadelphia about 5 years ago. You can see Brendan Bouchard over there on the side. He was part of our faculty for the Impact Action team. You can see some familiar faces of people that you may remember from that experience or may have met them after the fact. I mean, there's people like Felicia Slattery there. Sonika Calloway-Boyce was a big part of our training team. She helped people to learn about radio and television, how to get people on there. There's Marie. These are people from all walks of life, people who I deliberately went out and got a variety of people in a variety of different positions. So there's a divorced dad there. I think at the time Michael Savoy was working for Sam's Club. He was driving a forklift. Now he's out there doing what he loves to do. Jeff Wellman, dairy farmer, his father before him a dairy farmer, and his grandfather before that, who got laid off and then went on to do amazing things. There are, a financial advocate for children, a medical doctor who was building clinics in Mexico. And you can see the dachshund in there. Cherry Sigmund had a love of animals, and she wanted to get that message out. So we all have different messages that we want to get out, and what we need is the audience really able to do that. So we brought this group. We first trained them in a series of webcasts and webinars, just like we're doing with the Impact Action team starting now, bringing in a faculty of great people, telling them how to hone their message. And you can see Carrie Wilkerson on the front row there. Carrie wanted to get new attention. She wanted to build an audience, and she was just starting out at the time, and she was able to have a big impact coming up in the months after that, participating on this as a faculty member and having a blast building this live at the event. So the focus was sitting there in a group of people that we brought together in Philadelphia, about 150 people at that event, all learning about how to create mass audience, but also doing it live. So putting together an action plan to actually go out and do it and to raise awareness around Jeremiah's cause. And you can see we did all kinds of interesting things. This is actually Felicia Slattery that was up on stage practicing live in front of an audience how to do an interview. So just like she would do on television, she was up there talking and practicing, and Sonika Calloway Boyce was giving her instruction in better ways that she could do it, ways that she could come off very, very professionally in the event. And it was an exciting time to be able to do that. We learned about a lot of different things. Brendan Burchard was there talking about how to get corporate sponsorships and how to involve nonprofit organizations in the things that you do, just like we're actually involving nonprofit organizations in the projects that I'm working on right now. So that's another venue for you to learn about, another way for you to learn. And there, of course, is the amazing Jeremiah. I'm going to see if Jeremiah is here and just open up the mic for just a second. Jeremiah, are you there?
Sure, I'm here.
So great to see you on the call. It's been way too long. Tell us a little bit about what that experience was going through that event in Philadelphia when we were able to have you there and to really try and get a message out about a simple way that people could help other people around the topic of teen suicide.
Well, it was short of spectacular, to be honest with you, Ken, because what we did in, the 30 days, that we got together, well, not the full 30 days, but, 30 days prior to us actually going down to California was just amazing, especially the cooperation of all of the members and the way everybody just came together and said, hey, this is what we were going to focus on and this is what we were going to do. We all learned something different and we all learned something new. And we all learned how to make some adjustments, to the way we presented ourselves. I mean, no one was saved, that opportunity. It wasn't even embarrassing because everybody was going through that same adjustment. And I think that if people remember that as you all tried to reach out to 50 million people, it'll be more successful because I think the smaller that we become in terms of, our ego, and our character and our personality, the more opportunity we have to reach more people. And I think that that's one of the issues with why we aren't as successful today with all of the material, all of the technology, with all of the capacity to reach anybody that we want to know in the world. People are still living the dream small, and they're thinking too big with their ego. They've got to, shrink down that ego some, and you have to be open to listen to people share advice. I mean, Ken didn't know all the answers himself. That's why he brought in all of the different experts that we had at the event, and those people came together to do what they specialized in for us as one group. So we did what I like to say, we became one body, and we began to move as one person, even though it was 150 of us moving forward on that mission. We acted as if we were one person.
And that's such a wonderful point, Jeremiah, because everybody, I think the faculty, I have a tendency, I think, to put people on edge because they don't really know what's going to happen. Actually, I just was reviewing some of the testimonials from past events, and they were Jeff Wellman was talking about how I pushed him out over the cliff. I think sometimes I really do make people extend themselves a lot more than they think is possible and make them just a little bit uncomfortable. But in that process is how we grow. That's how we can extend ourselves. That's how we can stretch. That's how we can be so much more than we ever thought we could be. It was an experience and a stretch for me the first time that I went on television in front of millions of people. The idea of everybody out there watching me, listening to me, could I mess up? Could I freeze? Could I stutter? all of those things were kind of unsettling the first time I did it. But what made it so powerful and so easy in retrospect was the fact that I had somebody there coaching me through it, actually giving me advice along the way. You know, first Sonika Callaway Boyce and the training that we did at the Impact event here in Philadelphia, and then she actually had a producer go down with me to the television studio and walk me through the entire thing. I had a framework. I had a plan. I knew exactly what I was going to say. I knew how I was going to say it. I knew what to expect because of that preparation and that planning. And having that specialized expertise is something that you can use over and over and over again in your life. And I hope for sure that this has impacted your life, Jeremiah, and I hope it's impacted the lives of people who may have been thinking about the dark side of maybe ending their life or something like that. I hope that we've had a huge impact across the world, and I'm really looking forward to doing the same kind of thing and having that same kind of impact, but even more on a problem that is actually all around us. We think of human trafficking as something that happens over in the sex parlors in Thailand or something like that, but it's here in every community in the United States, and it's a horrific problem that we really need to get out there and do something about. So I'm thrilled to be able to do that. And thanks so much for sharing your thoughts and your input. It was great to see you here. It's just happened to be here, but it was wonderful to have you on, and thanks for saying a couple words.
You're welcome, Ken. You guys are doing a great job, and I'm really impressed with your desire to deal with the subject of sex trafficking. I mean, it has been a big issue. Matter of fact, I was involved here locally in Illinois with an organization about 3 months back regarding the subject, so I know it's something that is touching every corner of the American community as well as the world. So I think it's definitely a subject, you know, beyond its time, and I'm so proud that you're stepping off into this dream again and pushing the ante up from 30 million to 50 million. That's great.
All right, let's do it. Thanks so much, Jeremiah. So at the event, we had an amazing time. You know, it was great to have the camaraderie of the team itself working together. It was great because we took the Impact Action team on the road and actually went to Brendan Burchard's event, the Life's Golden Ticket event, which is under a big top. Actually, people have been asking me, is the Impact event going to be held under a big top? And the answer is no. We're doing it at a top hotel in Los Angeles, California, and right in the center of the media capital of the world. But we won't be doing it under a big top. But that was a great experience. We actually went to Brendan's event. We got the message out to another 1.9 million people during that. We did a film video, which we produced that actually showed what we did during the weekend and how that effect multiplied. We were able to get that out to 1.9 million people in just really about 2.5 days, because the first day we went up on the stage at the very start of his event and we said, this is what we're going to be doing and we would like to work together to see if we can do it. And then we actually did the work. We got the 1.9 million people, and then what we had to do was actually produce the video, and Felicia was really instrumental in that, and our wonderful cameraman and stuff like that. We put together a great video and we showed it on the last session and really inspired those people to go out and do more. This time, we're really looking to build it from no more than 20 Impact Action Team members being personally mentored by me and coached by a team of over 30 experts, then to hopefully 200 people in Los Angeles at the Impact event, which is on March the 15th through the 17th. And then we're going to get that out to 2,000 more people, and through the 2,000 people, we're going to reach 50 million people. So that's our goal. It's all the impact project, that is the goal of what we're going to do. So it's really a combination of the impact action team, the great faculty, team training, the impact boot camp, the impact event. We're putting together a package that we'll be able to deliver to nonprofit organizations or authors, speakers, coaches, anybody that wants to get out an idea to millions of people, which will be a resource for those people to be able to teach them how to reach a mass audience themselves. The live case study at the event, and we're also doing a complete documentary filmed based on what we're doing at this project, so people can go out there and they can see it being done. The team is just amazing. We got people like Bob Yeager, who I see on the call. Welcome, Bob. Great to have you here. John Chow. John Chow is going to actually be in California at the event. He's one of the top bloggers in the world. He's helping with the team. People like John DeLemme, who you may have met at JV Alert Live San Diego or earlier events. People like Ray Edwards, David Hancock, who is a top-level publisher at Morgan James Publishing. Janet is there, that's teaching media training. Mike Lewis, who is teaching publishing aspects. The amazing Jen Kay, who has worked at a number of our events as the MC and the sparkling communicator. She's teaching communication things. Matt Basak, people who really want to learn skills around podcasting and things like that, and how that gets messages out to millions of people. We've got Scott Patton. We've got SEO experts. We've got, video experts. You see Michael Krissa there. We have people who have worked in different causes and raised, lots of money for those causes. You see Dr. Manny there is one of the faculty members. We have rock stars on the faculty. Colin Arthur Weba is a bona fide rock star. So those people know how to reach audiences, just some amazing and incredible people. And this is just partial view of some of the people that are involved in the project. So it's going to be a world-class team. Most of us are like this. Tree, I know if you've attended some of my events, maybe you've seen this picture before. We're sitting in a sea of opportunity, and part of us is growing, and part of us is stagnating. And the reason is because we aren't reaching out, we aren't touching, we aren't collaborating with other people. So part of what I'm trying to do with this is really to show people how working together we can do so much more than we can apart. Because I believe in the power of us getting together and doing something live on the spot and making it happen. And I talk often about the hopey changey thingy and how that's working out for you so far. That's a thing that we all do. We don't plan for success. We don't think, where do I want to be in 2013 by the end, and really lock it out. Or if we do, it's a passing kind of a thought. It's like, I need to be doing this, and then we get into whatever is urgent in our life, whatever's demanding our attention at this moment, when really what we ought to be doing is we ought to be thinking about the big picture first. The big picture first is, what do I really want to do with my life? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to experience while I'm living my life right now? And then, what do I want to have accomplished by the time I get to the end of my life? And if you can answer those questions, then you can have a meaningful, impactful life and touch millions of people. And I know that this is a powerful, powerful thing if we can cut through, see the core of what we really want to be doing, what we should be doing, and then move directly to that with a clear plan of action, and then leveraging the technology and the knowledge that we have and the experts working together It's so, so powerful. So what's the best I can do for you? I've been teaching people to really lead with this question, so if you have a program that you're out there offering right now, if somebody comes to you and says, I'd like your help, can you help me out? Then don't lead with, what's the worst I can do for you? So many times you can say, well, you can get on my list, and I can send you emails. Or we say, I've got an ebook here that talks about some of this stuff. What's the best I can do for you? The best I can do for you is to focus all of my attention on you, to live for you, to die for you, to bring every connection and every resource and every bit of knowledge and wisdom that I can possibly offer and deliver it to you personally. And that's the best I can do for you. And oftentimes, if I, I can't do that for everybody, but if I could, it would probably be very expensive just because it would soak up all of my time, it would soak up all of my resources, and that would be all I would be able to do. But this is a unique opportunity, a unique experience that we can have together, whatever participation level you want to participate in, to experience something special, to do something magical. Nothing like this is happening anywhere else. There are no other events in the world that I'm aware of where we're bringing together a group of 20 people, magically teaching them how to create an audience, bringing them to a live event, actually doing it in the process. And what I can do for you right now is something really, really special if you want to participate in this program in any way, because you can be part of an experience that is bigger than any of us, that is going to actually impact lives, beyond what you can imagine. I just talked to one of the people who came to JV Alert Live in Denver, just had a message from him, Kevin George, and he was talking about his daughter, and she came to JV Alert Live in Denver and talked to the group for about 15 minutes about what she was doing and her plan to go off and help people who are in this problem. And she's overseas right now fighting the problem today. And he was talking about all of the magical things that came out of that experience of coming to JV Alert Live, meeting this amazing community and the work that they've been able to do as a result of just coming to that event. And luckily he's coming to San Diego. He just told me that he was going to commit to be there in San Diego for the JV Alert Live event. And you can see that magic in people's lives, that lives really are changing every day, that we're impacting people and making a difference. I would love to have you be a part of the experience. So it's really about personal mentoring. We actually do a personal evaluation of everybody that's on the Impact Action team. There's a 26-page questionnaire that's involved in that process. Then we have the whole group coaching things that's starting up right now. And, of course, the endless connections of all of the JV Alert Live family and the Impact family of amazing people that you get to leverage. And we're going to give you checklists. We're going to give you step-by-step marketing plans and action plans for all of the types of activities. It's really an encyclopedia of information. We don't expect you to get all this, to learn it, to all master it, because it's not about mastery. Millionaires and really effective people aren't about mastering the details of everything that they do. So Donald Trump, for instance, does not go out, learn all the building codes for New York City when he wants to build a new building. He brings in people and he taps into the knowledge that he needs when he needs that knowledge. And this is really an encyclopedia for you to use when you need it. So if you have a situation in which you really want to go on television or radio and you're ready for it and you're primed to do it, then you have a guidebook. You have an action plan for doing that. And you have the experience of having been exposed to it by doing things right there live at the at the event. So that's a powerful thing. I talked a little bit about the cone of experience. Edgar Dale came up with the cone of experience. People generally remember learning activities, but they remember it in different percentages. So we remember about 10% of what they read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what they see, 50% of what they see and hear together. If they say it and write it, maybe it's 70%, but they remember 90% of what they do. And the outcomes are so much more powerful. So, if you're just reading things, then you can define it or describe it or explain it. If you see it, then maybe you can apply that, practice it, demonstrate it, or something like that. But really, when you get to the higher levels, the analyze, the define, the create, and evaluate, that's where you get the power out of actually doing things. And we all know this at a gut level. We know that if we do something, it's so much more powerful than if we only read about something. So what's it like to be an action team member, an impact action team member? You basically get to start exactly where you are. It doesn't really matter where you are. I mean, I had people that were walking around in tiaras and talking about their wombs. So that was an interesting kind of a person. We had divorced fathers. We had people who were laid off from their jobs. We had people who were struggling financially. We had successful college professors. We had professional doctors. We had a person who was helping at the highest levels of corporate finance, all part of the same team and working together, and you never would have imagined that it would have been a powerful, powerful mix, but it was. And I deliberately built that team that way so that we could have a wide variety of people that would take part in it, so that we could prove that anybody can impact millions of people if you really want to do it. We give you the personal evaluation and the roadmap because everybody is an individual. Everybody has their own needs and gifts and objectives, and so we're really working through that with you. So we start with the evaluation. We give you a roadmap for you personally, and I work with you one-on-one to help you reach your goals along the way. So this is not all about human trafficking when you're part of the Impact Action Team. It's about your personal goals and how you can apply what we're learning to your goals so that you can reach the audience that you want, so that you can have the lifestyle that you'd like to have. So it's coaching on your own personal positioning and PR. How do I build a mass audience for me and the projects that I'm working on? And it's an overview of all the ways to build a mass audience, not just a few of them. So we're covering a broad range because I want you to be exposed to the many things that you may not have thought about building a mass audience. But you don't have to master all that stuff. You don't have to learn all that knowledge. You don't have to get all of this all at once. We just want you to be aware, and then you get to drill down into the particular things that you're interested in your particular situation right now. So it's really short time frames. We're doing training on Monday and Tuesday evenings and webcasts starting now. And then we have the open calls that are webcasts that are available starting as we are today on the Thursday afternoon. It's 2 p.m. Eastern time. So those time frames are things that are shiftable for you. Of course, it's much more powerful if you can be here, ask questions, get your questions answered live, and you can do it live because they're all happening live. But you can also time shift it, listen to them later because we're recording all of these events also, so you can get your questions answered. And you can give me questions in advance, and I'll answer them on the calls and help you with that. So you don't have to be there at that particular time, but it'll be a great experience if you can be. It's 3 months of world-class training. You get to pick your own track. If you want to be looking at speaking, if you want to be looking at authoring, if you want to be looking at getting on radio and television, you get to pick the things that you want to focus on during that time. It's actually 3 months worth of training, but in the process, what we're doing is between now and March the 15th, we're doing the training in advance. Then live at the event, we're putting together the action plan. Then we're going to actually execute the action plan and experience that by doing it over another, probably a 60-day period. So this is long-term support for you, even though, you really get to choose what you do or don't do with the time. So don't be overwhelmed. Don't think I don't have time for this or I'm going to lose focus. These are short, intense time frames. The more you do, obviously, the more you're going to be able to get out of it, but you can get immense value out of going through this process, no matter what level of intensity you can devote to it. So you got 3 days of the Live Impact workshop. You're going to have checklists and action plans, and the complete product that we're coming up and we're producing at the end of this, the Impact product. So you'll have an encyclopedia of insights when you need them. And you'll be getting credibility here. You can say that you're part of a team that built an audience of 50 million people, and you'll have a documentary that proves exactly what you did as part of this team. And that can be leveraged by you in so many different ways as you go on about your own career. So that's an exciting time. The biggest thing, the ability to do it for yourself. Again, once you've done it for somebody else, you've done it and made a difference, you can apply this to whatever you're doing. If you want to be a best-selling author, if you want to be a world-class speaker, if you want to sell products online, if you want to go out and change the world yourself, or you want to fix a huge problem that's out there in the world, you can do it yourself because you've been through the process and because you retained 90% of that, and you can do it again. And the big plus, you know that you made a difference. So I think we all want to make a difference in this world. Satisfaction doesn't come from making tons of money. Sometimes that feels good, but money just sits in your closet unless you're doing something with it, unless you're really going out there and being significant, making an impact in this world. And I know that all of you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't want to make a difference. And so powerful to be able to do that. So I really appreciate you being here and making a difference in my life. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take questions if anybody has any questions about this. Exactly the types of activities that we may be doing at the Impact event, ways that you can participate. You don't have to be part of the Impact Action Team, but if you do want to be part of the Impact Action Team, shoot me an email. Let me know. You can send it at ken@jbalert.com. Say, I'd really like to join the program. You can check out the program at Impact Action Team. You can get an application there to be on the team if you want to be on the team. There is a cost involved in the personalized mentoring program, but you don't have to be part of the Impact Action Team to take part in this project. You're all, of course, welcome to come to Los Angeles on March the 15th through the 17th and be part of that. It's a great value to be in there. Preston Ron will be talking to everybody that wants to be on the Impact Action Team. He's a great resource. He's a member of the Impact Action Team, and he will definitely, he's a very supportive kind of a person, and he talks to everybody, make sure that they're going to be able to get exactly what they want out of this program. And then I'll be evaluating your impact assessment, going through with you and meeting with you one-on-one, and we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next few months if you're able to be here. If you have specific questions, I'd love to get those questions addressed. I see that we have some people on the Impact Action Team that are actually here on the call, and let me see if I can find Preston since you're there. Let's just have, I'm going to unmute your microphone for a second, Preston. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We got a chance to meet and spend some time together in Denver, Colorado. Tell me what the impression this Impact Action Team had on you and why you wanted to be involved.
Well, just kind of like the points that you just mentioned. I mean, you know, everybody really just wants to make a difference. I mean, that's, you know, when you ask people, like, what do they really want to do, is they want to help people. You know, they want to help other people succeed and just have a, you know, better life. And the cause, you know, just the whole thing about this this cause, you know, I get pictures all the time on Facebook about missing people, and you just never know. I mean, you just never know what happened. Are they part of the, you know, this you know, human trafficking thing? Like, what's happening to them? And overseas, I mean, that's like one of the biggest like businesses, I guess you call it. You know, in some countries, this is their prime source of income, is trafficking humans. I mean,
yeah, it's amazing, the millions and millions and millions of dollars that go into human trafficking, and it's not just the sex trade, you know, that we're talking about here. You know,
yeah.
there are lots of different situations in which people, for instance, come to the United States thinking that they're coming to the land of promise, and then suddenly their documents are removed from them. They're, you know, spirited away to some basement somewhere. They're let out only to work, you know, for hours and hours and hours, and they're terrified of what will happen to them if they try to tell anybody, you know, that they're actually being imprisoned. So
Yeah.
it's a tough thing. So I thank you for your support, Preston, and it's great to have people like you and Dwan and Cheryl Nicholson on the team already. We have some of the most amazing people on the team already, and you'll be joining a great group of people if you are able to be a part of this team. Some of the most giving and caring people that I've known, some of the most positive people that I know. If you want to be just with a group of great people, it's a great group of folks that we've got already in the team, and we'd love to have you be part of that too. I do have a question here from Jim Zach, I guess. If somebody can't afford to be part of the Impact Action Team at this time, if they go to the Impact event in Los Angeles, what involvement would they have, or would it be mostly educational? No, it's live, hands-on kinds of stuff that's going on at the Impact event. So here's the way the Impact event in Los Angeles will work. There will be instruction. So you will be learning things live at the Impact event in Los Angeles. We do have some world-class speakers. I can tell you that Mike Koenigs is going to be at the Impact event in Los Angeles. He's really he's talking about you know, how you can position yourself, you know, to be the star, basically. You know, how you can go out there and get yourself out there. He's certainly done that in his life. He's been able to attract an audience of thousands and thousands of people and to impact them in lots of different ways. John Chow is going to be there. He's speaking, world-class blogger, one of the top bloggers in the world, and he's really talking about how to build your traffic to your blog, and how do you get a mass audience through creating a simple blog, you know. And we can all go out there and do that, but there's a big difference between the results that John Chow is getting and the results that some other people might be getting. Pam Hendrickson is going to be there. She's amazing on the product development side of things. You know, you need to be able to support yourself through this. You know, we all want to go out there and do good. We want to make a difference in the world, but at the same time, we've got to make a living at this, you know, a comfortable living that allows you to do the kinds of things that you want to be, the kind of impactful person that you want to be. So Pam is really an expert at how do you create quality products and really turn that into a nice funnel. So she's going to be there at the event. And so there will be instructional kinds of things, just like what you would have if you went to a JV Alert kind of an event. But the impact event is a lot more than just networking and instruction. It's a true workshop kind of environment. So the goal of the conference is to build your own mass audience of thousands of fans that are eager to follow your ideas and projects and to fund your goals and dreams. And some of the learning objectives are to expand your ideas and your mindset and your results as you touch the lives of millions, and to discover the secrets of getting radio, television, press coverage, and explore the internet and social media and how that can expand your audience, and then to create a mass audience by doing it live. So this is really geared for authors, speakers, musicians, artists, celebrities, experts, marketers, advocates, nonprofit organizations, anybody that wants to drive an audience, who really wants to gain the knowledge, tools, and experience and insights that is necessary to drive millions of people to your products, your ideas, and your services. So it's 3 days worth of ideas and marketing strategies, but in addition to the speakers and everything else, the live event workshop is just going to be crucial. You'll have the support of a great faculty. So Deb Collins, who some of you may have met in Denver, does video for Tony Robbins. She's going to be there helping you, with video. And as a matter of fact, she's doing a viral video for the Impact Project. We've got SEO experts. We've got all kinds of experts. There are 5 hour-long workshop sessions in which we will actually divide up into teams, and you can pick the team that you want to be involved in. So if you're interested in the video team, then we'll put you on the video team. If you're interested in the social media team, we'll put you on the social media team. If you're interested in the speaking team, we'll put you on the speaking team. If you're interested in the authoring team, we'll put you on the authoring team. We divided up, when we did this in Philadelphia, into a whole series of teams that work together, and they came up with the action plan. So you've got 5 different sessions in which you're actually learning by doing, going through the process of how do we reach millions of people with video, or how do we reach millions of people by doing speaking, or how do we reach millions of people by doing social media, and you get to pick the track. So I hope that helps. So it's experiential, it's educational, it's learn by doing. If you can be there, certainly be there. It's a nominal cost. We actually will have an early bird special for $127, if you can believe that, and you can bring 2 guests for that $127. So that's a no-brainer to get that kind of an experience. Team up with somebody, bring a friend, bring a partner. That's why we have those 2 guest tickets available, so you'll be able to do that. So the only cost for the Impact Action event, or the Impact event in Los Angeles, is the $127 early bird special, and grab that if you can. Then more questions. Let me see here. Just read just a second. Okay, so here's a question from Ralph. Ralph is asking, one of my major projects for 2013 will be a coaching for local brick and mortar business on traditional direct and email marketing. Will this benefit me? Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is marketing in general. So all of the impact events are not just internet marketing based kinds of things. It's online, offline marketing, all the different kinds of ways. And it may help you, Ralph, to expand the benefits that you can offer to your coaching clients. If you're aware of some of these things, and if you have connections with some of these other methods of helping them to build their customer base, then certainly you'll be able to benefit them, and you'll be able to profit from that too. So So that's basically what that is. Hope that answered your question. If you have any more questions on that, just type it into the box, and I'll be happy to answer that. Any other questions from people on the call right now? Yeah, those of you who are in the Los Angeles area or in California, travel costs are next to nothing if you have to come across the country. You know what? I'm surprised still how low travel costs can be to come across the country. And a lot of times, you can room with somebody else, share. We're a great collaborative group, and if you're coming to these training sessions in advance, you can make some connections here and make something happen, so that your costs can be really, really low. I believe in investing in myself, and I hope you do too. I mean, I think that the reasons that we invest in ourselves is to move forward more quickly, to be able to leverage the knowledge of other people and the experiences that we can get that will really, really move us ahead. I don't want you investing in every program in the world, because that's not what you should be doing. But what you do need to be doing is you need to be investing in yourself at the time that will move you ahead the fastest. Because if we can move ahead faster, my daughter, I often talked to her when she was 18 years old. She figured out she could become a millionaire. And the reason she could become a millionaire was because she was young and she could start early. And if you just put away a little bit of money, starting early, it's very easy to become a millionaire if you have the discipline to actually do it and follow through, because it doesn't take that much money to put it away to become a millionaire by the time, you've been doing it for 20 years or something. The problem is when you get to my age and you got 20 years that you need to do it or something, it gets a little bit harder. So the best time to invest in yourself is now, because it's never going to be any better later on, that you're gonna have more time, you're gonna have more effort, and stuff like that. So definitely, if you're thinking about this experience, stop thinking and just get doing, because you want to be moving ahead. And I don't think that you'll ever find an opportunity like this. Now, somebody asked me, they said timing's not so good, and what can I do? Maybe I'll just do this the next time. Well, the last time was 5 years ago. So it may be another 5 years. So don't wait around for things to happen. Get involved now. And even if it's in a small way, if you don't have a lot of time, get involved in a small way, and be there for you. So any other questions? Arthur Robinson is asking about a meetup that I'm having here. If you're in the Philadelphia area, yes, we're having a meetup. It is on the 24th, is a Thursday of this month, and would definitely love to have you come to that event. We're actually doing a meetup with 3 different meetup groups. And I've got some swag from an SEO company, some, who knows what it'll be yet, but some goodies from an SEO company, and a 60-day membership with SEO Moss. So that's a no-cost kind of a thing that you can get just for showing up. And yes, it starts at 6 o'clock, and it is in Feasterville. You can get information on that. I'll just actually type it into the Q&A section. You can get it though at kenmcarthur.com/meetup, and that will take you to information. That's going to be a fun event. I've been missing a lot of those events just because I had other events. I'm actually doing over 30 events in 2013. So lots and lots of stuff going on, but definitely if you can make the Philadelphia event, do it. If you can make it to San Diego, to JV Alert Live on the February the 8th through the 10th. You should definitely do that too. Just go to jvalertlive.com. I'll type that one in too. Finally got the registration page up for that. Don't have all of the speakers up for it yet, but going to be great people there. By the way, I forgot to mention James Malinchak, who was on Secret Millionaire and was featured on that television program and is a top-level speaking expert, is going to be at both the JV Alert Live event in San Diego and the Impact event in Los Angeles. So that's a huge opportunity for you to meet him in an intimate environment. And that's one of the big pluses of coming to JV Alert Live and to the Impact event, is that, you know, you get to meet some amazing people in a very, very intimate kind of, environment where ordinarily you might not be able to see the speakers up close. I know James Malinchak just did his event with I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of people, and it was probably a little bit difficult to go out to lunch with him because there were 800 people there or something that wanted to spend time with him. But if you want to spend time with these people, JV Alert Live is a great opportunity to do that. Very often we can go out to lunch together, spend time together. Matter of fact, we've got VIP lunch series at both of these events. You should definitely get those. We're changing up the environment for the JV Alert Live lunch series, and we'll be having all of our speakers, taking part in the lunch series. And this will be a special networking time for you to be able to have some close-up time with the speakers. So definitely once you register for the event, get the VIP lunch series. It's only $175 for that lunch series. Includes 3 days worth of meals. Usually those meals are really, really good. They can last you the whole day. So that's something to consider. Plus, we give you lots of special things and bonuses and good stuff that goes with that. So thank you so much for your comments, Arthur. He said you gave a lot of value on his show. I was lucky enough to be interviewed there, and he put me through the ringer for a long time. Great to be on your radio show, and hope to see you at the meetup in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia area in Feasterville, on the 24th. And Ralph, if you're interested in being on the team, definitely want to connect with you. We need to get you in touch with Preston and talking to Preston. So if you're interested in being on the team, we need to connect you up with Preston right away. So send me a quick email, and let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. And let's see if there's anything I'm missing here. We covered the costs. We covered what somebody could do if they couldn't afford to be part of the Impact Action Team. Nice to have Judy Whalen on the call. She is one of our faculty members. She is a great strategic planner. 30 days after the event, we will be doing between 30 and 60 days after the event, we will actually be putting our Impact Action plan in a process. We're going to put it in action at the event too, but the real goal of being at the event is to build the plan of how you exactly do it, and then there's a period of time afterwards that we can actually put that into action. So for the original Impact project, it was a 30-day action plan, and we got to $30 million in that. $30 million, I wish. Up to 30 million people in that 30-day period of time. And Gloria, I could put up the link to the Impact Action event. I'm having a couple of technical problems. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually give you the link so that you can see some of the stuff. If you signed up right now, you would actually get it for $1 this day. because we're still doing some testing. I haven't really released this this URL to anybody to let them know, exactly where to sign up and register. Just because I'm still fighting a couple of technical problems on the website. But I'll tell you what, I will actually, if you do sign up today via the thing and only pay $1, I'll just keep it at that price. So let me just put up the impact event URL, which is, oddly enough, theimpactevent.com. And you can kind of get a view of some of the things. Yeah. Arthur, I probably won't be able to make your meetup. I'd love to do that sometime. It's just a really high pressure time for timing. Lots of stuff going on. But I'd love to do that sometime in the future. Anybody else have a final question before we go? So great to have you folks on here. If anybody wants to say something, I'm going to, you can raise your hand, actually. There's a little button you can raise your hand, and we can say something at the end. But I hope that everybody had a great time. I hope this was useful to you and you understand a little bit. In the future calls, what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about some of these things, what it actually takes to make this kind of stuff happen. So I hope that you're able to be here for the calls. We'll be doing them every Thursday for the open calls, and then the Impact Action Team will be getting that instruction from our 30-plus faculty on Monday and Tuesday. So it's going to be a busy time. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a